we've covered a lot of different technologies. We're going to cover one more that falls within identity management, but let's just take a real quick review. If we look at this slide, you see that external users, they'll come in like through web apps. If they're coming in through web apps and they need to access web-based resources, then we have web management access control tools. Remember, that's the plugin on the web server that is allowing access from the external user, and it will allow, most of them are going to allow a single sign-on to take place for that user. So that's usually the external user. Then with the internal users, that's when you have your the profile update and the password synchronization and the things that the other items that we've talked about. And I think that this is a good graphic where it breaks down between what access management is, what identity administration is, what identity provisioning is, and what directory services are, because all of this stuff gets real jumbled, and in reality, a lot of the products actually combine several of these functionalities, so it even gets more. But you see that we have identity, we have authentication, we have authorization, we have delegated administration, which means that you could delegate maybe administrator to do a piece. So you can have like a high administrator that can configure and control a lot of things, and he could delegate to other administrators where they can keep control of smaller things. We have registration, password, self-service, and the directory service. Remember I talked about the directory and why that's so important? Because that has all the information that these other tools and products are going to connect to. And remember, it's usually an LDAP directory, and it could be using a meta directory or a virtual directory. So, and you see at the bottom there that they connect to, the directory actually connects to the systems that it's pulling information from, so that it has all the information in one place, and it's actually updating those applications and databases too. And then there's a workflow part of it. The workflow is how all this stuff takes place, because it all has to take place in steps. And then everything has to be audited, things need to be monitored. So there's not one application that does all of this. And that's why it's so complex. Not only are our environments complex, keeping track of all of this properly is complex, but we're moving there because we have to. We have to know who's accessing our resources, that the people have the necessary level of access, and that we're doing what we're supposed to of protecting like sensitive data, social security numbers, health information.